What's going on, guys? Buster6 here, back to another video, and today I'm here to give you guys my WrestleMania 41 predictions. Whoa! WrestleMania, fighting to survive, just like that. Fuck, I am white. But anyways, that's besides the point. Yes, I'm giving you guys my WrestleMania 41 predictions, and I am recording this on SmackDown that's currently going right now. Because I don't really watch the programming besides a couple things, and yeah, to say that the build to this Mania has been a little bit lackluster is a bit of an understatement, although I do have to admit, and I have to agree with my good buddy Scott on this one, this does feel like more of a transitional Mania, but I feel like it'll probably be the better one because, let's be fair, some of the transitional Manias have been pretty lackluster, like Mania 2000, Mania 27, so on and so forth. But, God, Jesus, sorry about that. I'm feeling a little bit better with my allergies, but I'm still battling a bit of a cough, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, this is going to be a pretty interesting one. There is a match that is reportedly canceled, but I'll be talking about that when I talk about night 2. And, yeah, so 7 matches on night 1, 7 on night 2, or 6 on night 2 listed for right now. This should be pretty interesting here. So, without further ado, kick back, grab a snack, grab your loved one, and as I'm going to predict all the matches for WrestleMania 41. And as I should note, too, that Carmelo Hayes has won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Good for him. But anyways, starting off with night 1, we get for the World Heavyweight Championship. I believe the 3rd time that the World Heavyweight title has been, well, no, 4th time, because the World Heavyweight title was also opening last year as well, at least for night 2 it was. We have champion Gunther defending against Royal Rumble winner, if I could speak, Jey Uso. So, this feud's been going on ever since Jey won the Rumble. Actually, it's been going on since the Saturday Night Main Event match between Jey and Gunther, where Jey came close, but Gunther ultimately won. Jey will later go on to win the Rumble by last eliminating John Cena. I'll get to him later. And, you know, Gunther's saying Jey's not worthy, and you're just a catchphrase, and you're over because you say yeet all the time, which it's true. Hate to admit it, but it's true. So the feud hasn't really been all that interesting up until a couple Mondays ago where Jimmy slapped the shit out of Gunther. Gunther retaliated by turning Jimmy into a stuffed pig where Jey was defenseless and hog tied up in the ropes and Jimmy bled buckets. Not to mention the promos Gunther's been cutting have been phenomenal, especially last week. So, the feud got a little bit of intrigue, at least in my opinion, going into this match. Now, as to who's going to win, this one's tough because the safe option would be to say Jey's going to win the match, but I have been seeing people say Gunther's going to win because I've been seeing people say Jey is not ready, which, let's be fair, he's not really world champion material, at least in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. But this should be, an interesting match to say the least, because I do think, Gunther has done well for himself as world champion, even though I do think that the reign has been a little bit underwhelming, at least in my personal opinion. He's been doing well for what he's doing, it's just the booking's been a little bit wonky, if you ask me. And Jey, he's good in spurts, but there are times where it comes off a little bit contrived, at least in my personal opinion. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of an odd matchup, to say the least. But their matchup on Saturday night's main event was pretty damn good. So, I'm curious to see how this match is going to go. I do think Jey's going to win the title because I think they're going to be building up more stars for him, because I have a theory as to what's going to be happening, especially in the main event for night 1, to set up some matches there. But I do think Jey's going to win this match. I know it's a bit of a cop-out for this one, But I wouldn't be opposed to Gunther winning either because they probably have something planned for him if he does retain. But I think Jay's winning the title here. So I'm going to go with Jey Uso. Following that, we have a match that kind of got added a little bit at the last minute. For the World Tag Team titles, we have the War Raiders of Eric and Ivar against the New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. So the New Day, full on heels, but they're kind of doing the same shtick in some ways. And the War Raiders, they've been having the titles for a little bit at this point. And I haven't really been paying attention to Raw that much, so it's probably not going to be a bad match. It's just a match I don't have that much interest in. This does feel like a B pay-per-view match in all honesty. It'll be good, don't get me wrong, but it's a match I don't really have that much interest in them. I do see the Raiders retaining, but I wouldn't be shocked if the New Day do win because they want to give Kingston and Woods a bit of a heel run with this one. Even though it was about like 5 years too late if you're asking me, but I would guess it's better late than never. So I'm going to go with the New Day. I did have the War Raiders in the Shadow Cult group chat I'm in. And I predicted who I think is going to win to the guys, but I'm probably going to change a couple opinions I have, and I'm actually going to have the New Day win this match. But if they do lose, I wouldn't be shocked, but I do think the New Day are going to have their, 20th title reign. They've won the title so many fucking times, it's actually kind of astonishing if you ask me. So, there you go there, but I think we're going to get new champions on Saturday. Then, next up, we have an odd matchup, if you ask me. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, a.k.a. Chad Gable, under a luchador mask. Presumably. We don't know yet. This matchup, I think it'll be a fine contest. It's just this gimmick they're doing with Gable. It feels like diminishing returns. Like, it doesn't feel new at all, even though I will respect the fact that Gable's going with this gimmick, even though I felt like he always gets thrown into the comedy stuff, which, I feel like just kind of diminishes his character, but that's neither here nor there. So I do think Americano's going to win. Because Ray's just taking pins and it really won't affect him because he's a Hall of Famer. So there's that. But I think Gable's gonna get the win here, and that's all that's gonna be said. Next up, we have a bit of a blood feud going on between these two women, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, this feud has been going on ever since Jade got mysteriously attacked. And got laid out. Man, my voice is starting to go. Which is weird because, I don't know why. But anyways, Jay got attacked and it reveals it's probably Naomi that did it, even though I believe somebody else is actually behind this. And Naomi is just a ploy in the plan, if you will. But, Jade got attacked, and she attacked Naomi, beat the shit out of her at the Chamber, and we've been having this matchup here, and I do like the promos that Naomi's been putting on leading up to this match. It's actually really damn good. Check them out if you haven't. But Jade's going to get showcased here. I hope the match doesn't go too long, because Jade is still a bit green, but she looks like $1,000,000. But feature her right, she'll be doing good, so... Jay's going to get the victory here, but I do think that's going to be setting up bigger things going on in the future. All right, next up for the United States title, we have LA Knight. Defending against Jacob Fatu. Now, Fatu just won a number one contenders match leading up to this match here, and these two have been kind of butting heads for a little bit, especially, Knight been taking on Solo and Tonga Loa and all that stuff. So, this should be a pretty good match between these two because Knight's a good talent. Fatu's a hell of a talent. But I do think we're going to get a new U.S. champion right here. Nothing more, nothing less. I think it's going to be a good, maybe a little 10-minute match here. And I think Fatu is going to get the victory here, and we have a new U.S. champion. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Next up, the semi-main event for the Women's Championship. Champion Tiffany Stratton taking on Charlotte Flair. I'm not looking forward to this match. I'm really not. So Charlotte won the Rumble in a very uninspiring fashion, and Tiffany's been the champion ever since she cashed in on Nia Jax, thank God. Yeah, I don't trust the booking of this match personally. And that promo they did against each other where it looked like they shot on each other, which they actually did. Charlotte went off script. It's not giving me more interest in this feud because I'm sorry, Charlotte's a good talent. Why does she have to be in the fucking title picture every time she comes back? It is getting fucking tiresome at this point. And again, Charlotte's a hell of a talent, but please feature more women than her, please. She's not as big of a star as she used to be. And I love Stratton. She is vastly improved, but unfortunately, they're going to pull the rug out from under her. People say Stratton's going to win, but I don't trust them. I don't trust, the booking for this. I think Charlotte's going to win. I'm sorry. They could prove me wrong, but it's like, really? This is the best you could have done? Like, if it elevates Stratton, like, why Charlotte? Like, Charlotte, it's been diminishing returns for her. And I'm sorry, but if Charlotte is off TV entirely, I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't miss her because I'm sorry. I just don't want to see Charlotte anymore. It's getting fucking old with her. But yeah, Charlotte's probably going to win. And the SmackDown Women's Division is going to go down quicker. But if Stratton wins, I'll be happy. And then, the main event, triple threat match. Roman Reigns versus Punk with Paul Heyman versus Seth Franklin Rollins, if you will. This is a matchup I've been probably most anticipated for out of all the matches at Mania. Because this matchup is going to be fucking amazing. I have been really digging the feud up until this point. I think the guys have been doing really damn good with what they've been given so far. Roman being Roman, Seth being Seth, Punk being Punk. The promo that Seth cut on SmackDown earlier tonight was a fucking amazing promo. Love that shit. And there's going to be a lot of storytelling in this match. Lots and lots and lots of storytelling with this match. And I think it's going to come down to Heyman. It's going to be who does Heyman really trust. Because ultimately Seth's going to win this match. Because Roman could take a pin and he will still look good. Punk, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. He's just happy he's in the main event. And Seth, Heyman's going to turn on both of them, team up with Seth, and it's going to set up something later on that I'll be talking about when we get to Cody and John. But it's going to be a very interesting matchup. I think Seth's going to get the win here because it's going to set up bigger things for him because, again, transitional Mania, but it's going to set up bigger things going forward. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup here, but I think Seth's going to get the victory here. This is going to be a great fucking match. I'm really, really, really excited for this. So, yeah, going to be a great match here, but I'm picking Seth to win here, and it's going to set up something even bigger. So, night one looks pretty solid overall, but nothing too spectacular outside of the main event. But night two, that's when shit starts getting really, really, really good because we open up with the women's world title match and a triple threat. Io Sky defending against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, mommy herself. And my God, the fanboys on this match have been giving this match, calling this everything but a child of God because of the build-up. Io won the title shockingly off of Rhea, and Bianca won the Elimination Chamber. Rhea got screwed out of winning the title from Io. And Ripley basically just kind of forced her way into this match here. And everyone was bitching up a storm and saying, oh, well, Rhea's getting all the chances. Blah, blah, blah. Let me go on a tangent really quick here. Why the fuck is everyone complaining? This match is going to be awesome. It's going to be a great fucking match. Why are you complaining? It's going to be distracting as hell, but you get what I'm saying here. This match is going to be fucking amazing. And when the match is over, and I think Io's going to retain, everyone on Twitter is going to say, oh, that was actually a great match. And I'm going to say, justice aplenty, motherfuckers. Because I'm so sick and tired of everyone bitching that Rhea is in this match. She is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the women's division, i.e., the biggest draw in the women's division. So you're going to have the biggest star of the whole entire women's roster to not be on Mania? Why the fuck are you complaining? You should be loving it. And I have been loving it. And I think Bianca's going to go heel because I still believe Bianca is the mastermind between Jade Cargill's attack. Because Bianca's going to get fed up with the fact that the fans are liking Jade more than she does. So I think they're going to set up Bianca and Jade at SummerSlam. And Io and Rhea are probably going to have a match down the line at some point. But I'm going to be happy for this match here. A lot of people were bitching this isn't going to be a main event. Guess what? The story's not as big as Punk, Roman, and Seth. Sorry, but not sorry. But this match is going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait. They're going to tear the house down with this match. And I'm going to be really looking forward to this one. So, yeah. I'm going to pick Io to win, but it's going to be a hell of a matchup. Next up, we have for the women's tag team titles, aka one of the most useless titles in the WWE, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra is the women's IC champion. Take that for what you will. I'm kind of sad we're not going to get a Becky versus Lyra match, but Becky says that she's probably done with wrestling, which, you know what, as sucks as it's sad, it sucks that she probably won't wrestle anymore. Becky has earned it. She's a Hall of Famer. She's done everything she could in the WWE. So, yeah, there's that. But you know what? If she's done with wrestling, good for her. She deserves her break. But yeah, Bayley and Lyra, they won a gauntlet match to determine who's going to face Liv and Raquel, and this is the matchup I'm probably not going to be the most interested in. This is probably going to be the weakest match of the entire show because, I'm sorry, I don't care. I really, really, really don't. Nothing against Liv, Bayley, and Lyra. Raquel is just fucking there doing nothing, as she tends to do. Like, seriously, why did they bring her back? Like, that was a very useless rehire if you're asking me personally. But, I think Liv and Raquel are going to retain. And I think Bayley might turn heel on Lyra, and we set up a program between those two because they could probably have some really damn good matches because, let's be fair, Bayley as a face can only go so far because the face turn she's having right now isn't really connecting with the crowd, so they're going to have her turn heel again. I think Bayley is more suitable as a heel than as a face, at least in my opinion. So you'll have that. But it should be okay, but I'm not going to care because the women's tag division is nothing. Literally nothing, but who am I to judge? So, yeah, Liv and Raquel retain here. All right, next up, another match that kind of felt like it got thrown together, but it has a little bit of significance. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Now, these two have been kind of feuding in some way ever since the Rumble, where AJ got eliminated by Paul from the Rumble. But they haven't really done much with the feud because AJ's been feuding more with Braun Breaker, but they didn't put him in the IC title match. I'll talk about that match here in a minute. But, yeah, this matchup, it should be good. As much as I hate Logan Paul with a passion because he's an unlikable douche nozzle. And the fact I shared that on my birthday with that motherfucker, hey, I despise even more. Um, Paul is an athlete. I'm gonna say that right here, right now. Even though I hate his guts and I hate the Paul family as a whole, he can work. He is an athlete. I'll give him that. I was thinking Paul was gonna win this match, but bringing up the potential feud that AJ and Braun might have, I'm thinking Styles is going to win this match here. I think it's going to be a good, maybe 15-minute match. And the first proper Styles match that Styles has had since October, because that's when he had his knee injury. This should be a pretty fun match. Oh, excuse me. Uh-oh. God damn it, hiccups. But I think AJ's going to win this match here. And I think it's going to be a fun time. So, AJ's going to win. Nothing more, nothing less. Ah, damn it. One moment. Okay, we should be good. I got the hiccups. All right. So next up, we have a Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. Champion Braun Breaker defending it against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. So, kind of an intermingling feud going on between these four guys because, again, they were teasing a Styles and Breaker feud, but that kind of got put off to the side, and we have these guys here. And this can honestly be a sleeper match because I think this matchup can honestly be very entertaining because Penta's first ever Mania match, he's going to shine big on this one, I feel like. Dominic's probably going to get some good stuff, and Steiner. He did cut the Steiner Math promo on the kickoff to SmackDown, which I thought was great. The fucking cowboy hat, that was some good shit right there. So, these two can have, or these four can have a good match. The only guy I don't think is winning is Balor because I'm going to be honest, folks, I have not cared about Finn for a long time. Ever since they dispatched the Demon a few years ago against Roman, Finn has not meant much. I'm sorry, this whole Judgment Day thing, I have not cared about really ever since Finn joined. Because it's kind of start, stop with them. And Finn, I'm sorry, he doesn't mean anything now. Dominic's getting over, and I think they're going to break up Judgment Day, which I hope to God they do, because it's a little bit, it's been long overdue if you're asking me. But I think Steiner's going to retain. I did think Dominic's going to win this match, but rethinking about it, I think Braun's going to retain. Because I think we're going to get that Braun and Styles match at some point, which that should be fucking amazing. But, yeah, I think Steiner's going to retain. This should be a great match, though. I could see this being a sleeper hit right here. This should be a fun match. But I think Steiner's going to retain here. Next up, we have a Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Now, these two have been feuding ever since the Rumble where McIntyre got awkwardly eliminated by Priest. And all that fun stuff. And these two have just been beating the hell out of each other, just destroying one another. Of course, Drew cost Priest cost Priest at the Chamber and all that stuff. And these two have just been beating the hell out of each other. And there's a little bit of Mania history because Priest cashed in on McIntyre last year, took the title off of him, and has gotten the best of Drew ever since. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting match here. And these two should have a great match. These two just beat the hell out of each other. Don't go too goofy with the gimmicks, if you're asking me. But that's neither here nor there. Again, this should be a great fucking match between these two guys. Now, I want Drew to win because I really hope Drew gets another proper world title reign. I really don't want to count the one he had in 2020 because that was the pandemic. The one he had at Mania was only 5 minutes, so there's that. Hope he does get a proper world title feud or world title program, but who really knows? I do think Priest is going to get this one here because he is becoming one of the big baby faces of this. Because Drew can lose and can still keep his heat and all that stuff. Hopefully they do have plans for these guys going forward because honestly, if Priest wins, have him go after the U.S. title because they're both on SmackDown. Imagine, Priest versus Fatu for the U.S. title. Fucking sign me up for that match. So, that'll be interesting to see, but I do think Priest is going to get the victory here. Now, before we get into the main event, there was a match that was scheduled to happen, but ultimately got canceled, quote-unquote, and that was Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. But Owens says he has some neck problems. He's been dealing with a neck injury for months. I don't know if that's true or not because he has said that he has a hurt neck, but he hasn't shown any, doctor's notes or, he's been to the hospital and all that stuff. It wouldn't shock me, though, if Owens is battling some neck and back problems because look at the fucking bumps he's been taking for years, folks. So, this could be a ploy by KO, but there's also rumors that Aleister Black might be showing up, Rusev might be showing up, hell, even Nick Aldis might be his replacement. But I do think KO is going to be in the match. At least that's what I predict. And I do think that Orton's going to get the victory here because, Randy hasn't won a Mania match since he hasn't won since 38. Well, in terms of singles matches, he hasn't won since 37. So it's been about it's been a couple of years since Randy's last won a singles match, at least in Mania. So there's that. He's got that going for him. But I do think it's going to be Owens ultimately because heels lie. So there's that. And I do think Orton's going to get the victory on that. And then we get the main event. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. Will Cena get number 17? Long story short, yes, I think Cena's winning this match. Cena won the Chamber, shook hands with Cody, and then ultimately turned heel by joining up with The Rock. Now, The Rock's been kind of a non-factor in this because he's not really been showing up all that much. It's mainly been Cena. And I like the fact that Cena is still the same, but he's a heel. He's still got, the same mannerisms and the same, gear, but he's doing it in his own way, which I really, really, really do appreciate. And I like the fact that Cena is not giving the people what they would like to see. He's doing for what he wants, which I really do like. And the promos Cena's been cutting have been fucking incredible as of late, at least in my opinion. And I think this match is going to be really damn good. And I will give credit to Cody. Cody's been holding up his end of the deal. So you've got that going for it. So this could honestly be a very, very, very good match. The Rock is a big X factor, though. I do think Cena's going to win, but I think it's going to be because of Seth Rollins. And the reason why I say that is because not only do you tie in Seth and Cody again, because Cody never lost to Seth. You can have that going for it. But what I ultimately think is going to happen, I think Heyman and Seth are going to team up with Rock and Cena because Seth always says it's best for business. What has Cena said? Best for business. What has Rock said? Best for business. What has Heyman said? Best for business. It all makes sense. And not to mention, what people tend to forget, that second cell phone that Heyman had, that could be in direct correlation to The Rock. It all makes sense. It all makes fucking sense. If they don't do what I think they're going to do at Mania, I'll be severely pissed off and disappointed. But I've been pissed off and disappointed a lot of times in my life, so what good is that going to do? But I think Cena's going to win, and The Rock, Seth, and Heyman are all going to join up and ultimately make a bit of a faction, if you ask me. So that's what I think is going to happen. Seth's going to cost Cody in the match. Cena's going to win. Because I think what's going to happen is, let's say like the ref is down or the ref is recovering. Cody makes it to the ropes. Cena's got him in the STFU. Cody makes it to the ropes. Seth comes from over the barricade, hits a stomp on Cody. Cena notices it, gets it, puts in the STF. Cody passes out, and Cena wins. There you go, because you make Cody look strong because he didn't lose clean. He lost via cheating, but you get the big story of Cena and Seth teaming up with The Rock and with Heyman. It all makes fucking sense. And you could have Seth saying, well, I never beat him. He always beat me. I still have that hatred. There you go. And yeah, it might contradict the fact they did team up last year. But I think you can make it to where Seth was saying, I wanted you to beat Roman, but I'm doing this all on my own. So there you go. Boom. I'll take my fucking royalty check, WWE. Paul, pay up, buddy. But anyways, yeah, Cena's going to win here. I think it's going to be a really damn good match. I think it's going to be a pretty memorable end to a WrestleMania. So, folks, that is it for all my WrestleMania 41 predictions. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap the big red subscribe button, tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. Talk to you guys next video. Peace out.